Welcome to Roofing Insights channel, where you can find truth about what's going on in the roofing industry. Topic today is very controversial. It's the first time we are sharing the story of insurance companies that are going out of business for years. We gave the stage and this platform to lawyers, public adjusters, and contractors. But today, I really want us to tune in and give our ears to insurance companies, because unfortunately, many of them are going out of business. For years, the narrative in the industry was as follows. Insurance companies are bad guys, contractors are good guys, lawyers are here to help homeowners, and contractors to go after bad guys. Obviously, we have bad guys among all of us and among all trades. We have bad public adjusters, we have bad lawyers, we have unethical contractors, and for sure, we have bad insurance companies. But Florida is a very unique case, and what's happening there is disturbing, and it will change the roofing industry as we know it. I cannot tell you everything that's happening behind the scenes with the Roofing Insights. Every single day for the last 2 weeks, I've been talking to someone very powerful, someone who is taking actions on stories like this. And that's the reason I still did not produce 2020 roofing industry report, because our industry is changing faster than we can comprehend it. Let's listen to this story and react to it together, and I'll give you my opinion, what I think is causing it, and where we are going, at least in this retrospect, in Florida.
16 minutes till 10 now. Home prices are rising faster in Tampa Bay than in California and New York, according to the Case-Shiller Home Price Index. But there's another cost to owning a home that's rising. Many insurance companies are struggling, and now many residents are seeing bills 3 times what they paid 2 years ago. ABC Action News in-depth reporter Stassi Almos went into a Tampa neighborhood to find out how it got this bad and what needs to be done.
So first thing what I want to start with is, when we hear the statements that insurance companies are losing money, we are skeptical, and we have right to be skeptical. If you have ever looked at State Farm or Allstate, big players' financials, you will see how much money they collect in premiums and how little they pay out. I always say that numbers don't lie. And after reviewing numbers for Florida, for smaller insurance companies, I'm here to tell you that tell the story. Let's follow the numbers.
Property insurance companies in the state of Florida are going bankrupt one after another. So most people with homes under $650,000 have what's called the last resort state subsidized property insurance, Citizens. But take a look at Hudson resident Elizabeth Roach's bill.
Back in 2019, her premium was $769 a year. It went up to $1,500 last year, and this year more than $1,900.
That is almost 3.
By the way, still very cheap insurance, $700 for an entire house to $1,900. Not a bad deal, and you have hurricane deductible here, $6,966. So it's pretty big deductible. Other perils deductible, $2,500. So I'm not going to question this policy. One of the reasons it's so cheap because deductible is higher than average in the country. So if you're watching it from Midwest, you probably will be like, why so cheap? We pay here way more than what they're surprised to be paying now, which is $2,000 for them is high. On the Midwest, you used to pay more, but we have lower deductibles.
Times as it was 2 years ago, and it really just makes you wonder, okay, what is going on here?
That is the $1,000 question. According to insurance.com, the average home insurance cost in Florida for a $300,000 home is $3,600, which is about $1,300 more than the national average. I went to veteran insurance agent Kathy Walsh for answers.
The reason is due to all of the fraud that we've seen going on in Florida.
Okay, so first time I want to disagree with the narrative of this story. So follow the numbers. They say it's $1,300 higher than national average. Well, it's also Florida. Ask yourself, if you would open an insurance company today, would you insure, house in Atlanta the same as you would insure a house in Tampa, Florida? Probably not. So you probably would charge one house more than another based on your risks. So I don't think that the reasons that this lady is giving us, owner cost-to-cost insurance, is the scammers, I think is maybe you're not smart who you're insuring, because immediately they start attacking contractors, public adjusters, lawyers, saying the reason is, listen to what she's saying.
The reason is due to all of the fraud that we've seen going on in Florida. There is an organized undercurrent of roofers, public adjusters, attorneys canvassing neighborhoods about the roof on your house, even though it's a 24-year-old roof and it's only good.
So she's saying that the reason is, you know, all the crime. And I would agree. Florida is a really big market. You do have a lot of public adjusters. You do have a lot of canvassers. And she's not entirely wrong. And there's a lot of things that she's saying I 100% agree with. But well, let's address the number again. Average insurance in Florida is $1,300 above national average. That's normal. That's Florida. I don't think that number is so much higher for any other reason because it's Florida. It's not necessarily because of all the contractors, but we'll address it in a second too. I think it definitely contributes here too and takes place.
We can get you a new roof put on by your insurance carrier.
That's exactly what's happening in this Seminole Heights neighborhood.
I turned around, I looked down between our houses, and there was a ladder up against my roof, and there was a guy about to step onto the roof. And I said, hey, what are you doing?
Brian Curry and Rebecca Williams tell me roofing companies are constantly knocking on the doors of these homes built in the 1920s.
They had knocked on my door. Oh, we can tell you need a new roof. I said, really? How can you tell that? You haven't even been on it. Well, we're coming around the neighborhood. And I said, sure, you can go on my roof. It just became such a hardcore press, like, do you want to do it? Do you want to do it?
Even after she said no, Williams received this voicemail.
Just wanted to see if you were ready to get the ball rolling on your new roof. Give me a call back at your earliest convenience.
Walsh says these companies get the homeowner to sign an assignment of benefits, allowing the roofer to deal directly with the insurance company, often claiming storm damage and ending up in court.
So here's what I have to say about this scenario, this business practice, and this practice in general. So storm chasers definitely quadruple. I mean, they grew so fast in the last 20 years. So because of stories like this, storm industry as an industry will die, will be eliminated. In 5-10 years from now, it'll be nothing like what we see today. But today it's still at that peak, I think. And I want you to really understand what took place in the last 20 years. 20 years ago, insurance companies were paying for hurricane damage, for fires, like big stuff. And they were paying, they actually were paying. Then storm chasers, entrepreneur spirits out there figured out how to claim wind damage shingles. So you go on a roof, you see a couple shingles missing, and they figured that insurance also can pay for that. If shingles is discontinued, I'm not saying they're wrong with it, but what was exceptional and kind of know-how, newest thing 20 years ago became a standard today that the roofing industry was not ready to combat. The biggest winners here are Asphalt shingles manufacturers, completely different topic. 2010, 2012, we see decrease in quality of shingles. Shingles become lighter. You also see other trends. So we have about 10 players in the roofing industry who are benefiting the most from this industry. So insurance companies are fighting storm chasers and, each call each other a bad guy. But on the sideline, we have 80% of roofing industry represented by 7-8 manufacturers and 3-4 suppliers who move in billions of dollars of products, keep producing them, because every time door knocker, canvasser, storm chaser finds 1 or 2 missing shingles and files a claim with insurance company eventually will pay. Lawyers will be involved, public adjusters will be involved. In my experience, what I have seen so far, insurance companies are not equipped to combat roofer on premise of shingle manufacturer defect, for example, bad workmanship defect. I see so many roofs, I'm talking about thousands and thousands of roofs that are being paid by insurance company that should have been paid by other players in the industry. A lot of times it's a bad product, a lot of times it's bad installation, and a lot of times it's maintenance, which is in first case manufacturer should be paying out. I mean, if manufacturer is giving you 50-year warranty, but with a 50-year warranty, if they have 130-mile wind warranty and shingle is flying out at 30 or 60, why we're not filing claims with the shingle manufacturer? If a roofer did not install shingles with the 5-6 nails, why we're not going after the roofer? If a homeowner is not doing their maintenance, you know, on the roof or on the siding, and the roof is cracking and leaking, why we're not going after the homeowner? You know, I don't agree with Bo Williamson, who says, you know, when I interview him, he's a public adjuster in Florida, that if you have a leak, there's always a claim. No, there's not always a claim with the insurance company. There's 3 other claims that you can make why it's happening, but we're so used to insurance company paying for it. So now I firmly believe that we're used and abused the system to get them paid. And I've seen lawyers getting paid $10,000 on the $10,000 roofs.
It covers water damage on the inside of your house. So that chimney flashing that's leaking, okay, the water gets inside the house, it's covered.
Who should be liable to remove this? Should manufacturer be liable, or why is it insurance company liable for manufacturer? So if manufacturer sells the shingles that's supposed to last 25 years and fails after 5, why is it insurance claim? So what we see here, you know, it's a very sad situation because insurance companies often are in the wrong. I'm not saying that they're good guys by no means, but one of the reasons they are going out of business because contractors, public adjusters, lawyers is abused their privilege and so desperate for business, so hungry and so aggressive that insurance companies just don't know how to push back. They pay out, pay out, pay out until they can't.
Florida makes up 10% of all insurance claims nationwide, but we are 76% of lawsuits nationwide.
So think about that number. Florida is 10% of the claims, but 76% of lawsuits. How is that not abuse of legal system, if you will? And I've seen it firsthand. I've been on the roofs where few shingles were missing, but lawyer needs to get paid, roofer needs to get paid, public adjuster needs to get paid. And in that case, even if it's manufacturer defect, if roofs should be replaced by a manufacturer because it did not withstand 130-mile warranty, because only 40-mile warranty on the architectural shingles have been registered. Now I don't think insurance companies know how to push back, because it's not easy to get paid by a manufacturer. Roofers know it. Again, it's different topic for different conversations. Roofers are not willing or legally can't. I mean, they're not gonna go against manufacturer because manufacturers these days are lawyered up and usually have contracts with roofers about not to disparage, not to sue them, not to make public statements about their products not fulfilling their marketing promises. And that's very unfortunate. But insurance companies, on the other hand, have deeper pockets, they think. They're just going to go easier route, human nature.
According to Guy Carpenter Industry Reporting, property insurers had $1.22 billion in underwriting losses from January to September of 2021. That's money lost in addition to paying out claims. As of the last week of March, 7 companies in Florida are in liquidation.
And if you think about it, insurance companies have to learn their lessons 100%. Maybe you need to stop insuring roofs that are 20, 22 years old. When I look at those door knockers, I mean, the homeowners are saying our roofs are 24 years. Maybe before you issue that premium, issue that policy, how about you have the homeowner to replace the roof? Now you can insure that roof. Now it's a different story. But if you're insuring and taking premiums on old roofs and there's a damage, you did not do your due diligence, I think you're also part of the problem. But 7 companies going out of business, it's not coincidence. Something is definitely telling here in the story. Something is very disturbing, because if this is going to keep going, my worry is the storm restoration and the roofing industry, at least in Florida, will become so tough that roofers will start going out of business and homeowners will not have money, will not have funds to replace their roof. So it's a snowball effect. Who is the loser here? Homeowners who are paying more. You know, it's taxed on all populations, if you will. insurance companies who will go out of business, and roofers are losers here too. So there's a few lessons here for everyone for sure.
Lexington Insurance also joined the list of companies pulling out of the Florida market, and those that are still hanging on, like Lighthouse Property and Florida Farm Bureau, both had their financial ratings drop due to losses. Walsh says it's crucial Florida pass legislation on cash value roof replacement.
Mortgage lenders and mortgage requirements have required that they have to be 100% replacement cost on the roof. Needs to change to actual cash value at 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years of the roof. It needs to be a depreciating scale.
Any new bills before March 2023 would require a special session. In Tampa, I'm in-depth reporter Stassi Olmost.
A bill to limit some annual rate increases under Citizens Property Insurance and promote more cash value roof replacements failed in the State House when the last session ended in March. We reached out to Governor DeSantis' office to ask what's next. His press secretary responded saying the governor is monitoring the stability of the insurance market in real time and closely working with the state insurance commissioner to find solutions to rising insurance costs.
So obviously, insurance companies will be lobbying their bills, and as far as we can tell, there's a lot of discussions with the mayors of the cities, with the government, with the senators. I mean, there's a lot of talks, and I can no longer say that it's one-sided, that roofers are 100% in the right, insurance company 100% in the wrong. I never said it to begin with, but as a roofers, as a reasonable contractors, we need to start listening to what we're doing. I would say we have to self-police within us. If you see someone doing something unethical, it could be as innocent as waiving deductible. Well, guess what? Waiving deductible is wrong. We need to stop doing that. And many, many other things. So if you see someone crisping shingles, creating wind damage, creating hail damage, report them. Don't act like it's not affecting us. Those guys are ruining industry for all of us. Bad public adjusters like Anthony the Insurer guy, it's not innocent fight, it's not innocent TikTok videos, it's all of those messages are affecting all of us. One public adjuster, one bad contractor, one bad lawyer, one bad practice can ruin the industry and make it more expensive and harder for us to earn our living. We're all in together. So comment below what you think about this problem. If you have a story, if you have a strong opinion, my studio is always open. I'll give you the stage, we will do the interview, we will maybe do a debate if you don't agree with my comments or my opinion. I'm not here to make enemies, I'm here to make the roofing industry better. I read all my comments, give it a like if you like this topic. If you're a retail contractor or a storm chasing contractor, I want to hear your opinion, where the industry is going, what's happening in your town. Do you see this behavior? Do you see aggressive storm chasers filing claims that should not be filed? Let me know below. I'll want to have that conversation. For the rest of you, thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and I'll see you guys in the next video.